Big weekend last weekend, another big weekend coming up this weekend. I typically do a pretty exhaustive search of what's going on. Wasn't able to do that today. Is there anything that's on your mind?
Mark, you're going to have so many of not only South Florida's finest, but we're going to have some of those big name young men returning again. The beautiful part about what's been happening down there is not just the barbecue, but unofficial and official visits over the last weekend, now this weekend, and going into the next weekend after. We've had some of the best talent in all of the southeastern region of America come down to Coral Gables and really spend time with our head coach, spend time with our staff, and spend time with a couple of our players. So one of the biggest things about being in the eventual playoff conversation we're going to have later, which I'm still trying to find all the information about this, so we'll talk about it, because when I woke up, I saw it on Twitter, but I didn't get any like ESPN verification notifications on this one. So I guess you'll be able to break it down to me a lot better. But all the big names people can think about, Earl Little Jr. and Shamar Stewart, and you're also going to have the safety from Louisiana, name excluded, is popping off my head right now. The big time defensive back. Why am I going to blank? I hate when this happens. The comment section to help me. But anyhow, it's going to be some really big names there. And I'm happy, Mark, because for the longest, I've had to come on here and try to throw water on the fire and calm everyone down about the fact that Miami only had one commit. Now Miami only has two commits in the class. Cam has also spoken about he wanted at least one commit every single week of June. He wanted us to go in. Kamari Rogers, thank you, Ronan Jones. Thank you. I appreciate it. Kamari Rogers. So he wanted us to definitely go into July with at least 4 or 5 commits and get the ball rolling. And we're in pursuit. But, Mark, what a good feeling it is to be able to have Miami in the top 5 of some of the biggest names in college football. Miami to make a lot of those top 10s, because for a while there, Mark, you can really tell when a team is kind of far out of it. When they don't even make the cutoff point for a lot of these young men. Okay, when they make their top 10, top 15, top 5, top 3, you really start to notice you've been seeing some of the same names for the last decade. Bama, Georgia, Clemson. Bama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State. Bama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Bama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Texas. Like, you've been seeing some of the big, and where they are geographically also helps. Now you're going to add Texas A&M to that and really take Texas out until proven otherwise. But you got like a big 6 in recruiting right now of Bama, Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Texas A&M. Now, Miami isn't even in the same census as a lot of those teams that I just reeled off to you. But for some of these big name recruits and their families, Miami is worthy enough to make their top 10. And what we're doing when they come down and meet us and meet our staff and meet our players and get around our environment, it also solidifies us to make that top 10. And hopefully, now when we start playing football games in the fall, now it's not just about the talk. It's not about what we could do for you. It's not about the scenery. It's not about being 15 minutes away from South Beach. It's not about having a great campus. It's not about the chain and the rings and the uniforms. It's about what we're doing on the football field. We're doing the talk to the mom and dads right now about what we can do for your young man, your son, what we can do to build him as a person. But coming up here real soon, in about 6 to 8 to 12 weeks, it's going to be about what we can do for him on this football field to make sure that he can take care of you and his children for the rest of their life. And that's what we got to start pulling together for the University of Miami.